Guess what, guys? As you can tell by this dark drab background, I'm in Tokyo. And if you guys want to meet, this is what we're going to do. You're going to contact me somehow by either commenting on this video here, or you can reach me on my Instagram, where you can direct message me there. But I'd like to meet you guys. I've seen a few of you in the streets as I've been here in Tokyo, and it's always nice to see you. If you see me in the street, it's okay to say hi. I'm not gonna bite. Just be mindful that if you see me, I might be busy thinking about, I don't know, work or something like that. But you can say hi and, we can see what happens from there. But I would like to talk to you guys. I do wanna hear why you watch my videos. I wanna hear why you're interested in learning English, right? I want to hear why maybe you disagree with me sometimes. One of the girls I met from the other day, she said she was learning Australian English, and I thought that was really interesting because wow, she actually had an Australian accent. So I do find it fascinating that a lot of you guys who are, seriously learning English are paying attention, and you're paying attention to accents, right? And so that's what I want to provide to you guys, is this real interaction. And I had a few ideas. Look, if one of you wants to meet up with me, then we're going to get a cup of coffee, all right? I don't know who it's going to be, but if there's 5 or 10 of you that want to meet up, I was thinking that we could do a photo tour. We can walk around. And then what we do while we walk around is we take photos of foreigners and we start talking to them. I want to have this kind of interactive experience with you guys so that you can kind of practice English every day. I have seen so many goddamn foreigners here in Tokyo that anybody that has any excuses about I don't have any foreign friends, or I don't know how to talk to people, it's you have no excuses because they're everywhere, and it's so easy to talk to them. Oh my god, if you see a foreigner, it's almost a joke, earlier I saw a guy that kind of looked like me except he had more normal hair. And I just wanted to take a picture, and just to laugh at it. And I know he would be cool with it. But I was busy. I was editing a video. So I didn't run over there. But there's so many opportunities to just reach out and say hi to somebody, It's way easier than you guys think. And I think it would be cool if I led you on a tour just to show you that it's just super simple just to be nice to people and enjoy those slight interactions that you have with people on the street. However, in my case, sometimes I get into very long conversations with people in the street. That happened the other day at the park somewhere in Tokyo. But me and my buddy just sat down and we were just, talking. And it's oh man, we're still talking. We're having a long conversation even though we just met. So it's interesting. All of this is super interesting. And my goal, my purpose, is to get you guys out of your shell and to kind of get out there and, open up your throat and speak, And then as you speak, though, this is the cool thing. First, you're just having a cool conversation with people, right? But you're going to start to hear these patterns. People are going to be oh, where are you from? Or your English is pretty cool, your English is pretty good, and then, you're well, I study really hard with this cool YouTuber. I mean, if you want to keep the conversation going, right? It's one of those things where you just have to keep the conversation going, right? And you now are at this point where oh, okay, I can talk to people, that's not a problem, but how do I keep a conversation going? Well, I'm going to teach you that as well. If you guys hang out with me, I will show you all the tricks of the trade that I know, and pretty soon you'll be talking to 10 people, 20 people, 30 people. Me and when I was in Kyoto, a year ago, I took 2 Japanese college students out, and we went out and met some people. And after we were done shooting, the 2 of them actually went on and met some other foreigners, and went to do some karaoke without me. And I was kind of like a little disappointed, you know. I was like, hey, we had all this fun, and then you go out and make new friends without me. But it's actually cool because, you know, at the end of the day, I want you guys to take this kind of like spirit and to go out and use it for yourself. You know what I mean? Like if you need somebody to talk to in English, oh my God, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. And you can just easily on the street just say, hey, what's up? I swear to God, it's that easy. Now, I'm gonna try to make some videos to show more of this, and hopefully I'll have some time to upload these kind of videos, because like doing like little street stuff is somewhat of a risk of time, you know, because like what if nobody like watches it, right? And you know, everybody kind of knows me for the famous people interview, you know, watching other people's interviews. So it's like I want to try to stay in my lane and give you guys what you want. Now, I'm not gonna lie, if any of you out there are directors or producers or models or actors or actresses, hit me up, because I think it would be kind of interesting to talk to people in the industry and kind of really focus on the importance of English in this whole kind of like acting, video making, filmmaking kind of world that we live in. Because I swear to God, having lived in Hollywood, you can tell when people have accents or not. And, you know, this may break or make you, you know what I mean? Like having a slight accent is totally cool in the case of like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? But, you know, and other times the language barrier could prevent some of you from becoming the famous actor or actress in English. You know what I mean? I've reviewed a lot of, you know, famous people's English, and a lot of them, if they just slightly, just focus a little more on accent and intonation, they're going to be able to kind of like elevate their level, you know, from like here to like here. And that little jump right there is all the difference in the world. Once you sound like a Californian, people just assume you're a Californian. And then you go, yeah, no, I'm Japanese. I'm here from Tokyo. And you can sound like a Californian when you say that. And people just will assume, oh, yeah, he's cool. He speaks English, right? You don't have to explain anything, you know? When I meet like Australians, I don't have to explain I'm from America. Now, I might have to explain I'm from California, because apparently they didn't know. And that was information to me. I think, I thought it was obvious that I'm a Californian. It's like, duh, right? But apparently, as I've met people from around the world, people have like a little information gap, and they don't really know the fine differences of accents. And so it's like, oh, cool. Well, like, let's discuss this, you know? So as I've had many interesting conversations with many people around the world, I've seen patterns, guys. And everything that I say is to get you to elevate your patterns. You know what I mean? Patterns of speaking, ways of introducing yourself, ways of saying hi to people. Language is an all-day thing, all afternoon thing, all evening thing, with your friends, at work, in the privacy of your own home, and your thoughts as you journal. You know, like you could be using English all day long, right? So I want to encourage this. I want to tell you what I know. And then hopefully as you walk around this world by yourself or with your friends, you'll be like, that's right. I can speak English a little bit, and I can use English whenever I want. And I can actually talk to people whenever I want. And it's a nice, powerful thing to have this confidence, you know, when you speak English. Not gonna lie, I have zero problems with speaking Japanese. Like, it's not a problem to order coffee, you know, that's not a challenge. Now, can I make everybody laugh? that's a little bigger challenge, and I often try to do that, and it often works because, when you practice enough, that's just one of those kind of skills you get is learning how to kind of be friendly in all circumstances. And being friendly in our culture involves a little humor and a lot of smiles. Because, we're just trying to be cool, right? And I see a lot of faces in Tokyo, and a lot of people are just like zoomed in zombie, just like looking at their phone. I'm using my phone to film right now, so I'm just gonna, it's just people are staring into this phone, and they're just staring. Like, seriously, like, imagine spending all day, right, just staring at like this thing in your hand, and you're like, oh, this is gonna teach me English? Yeah, right, dude. Newsflash, if you want to really learn to speak English, here, click a link around here somewhere. Look, fundamentals are fundamentals, and if you're not on the same page with like the process of how to become bilingual, you really should watch this video. But having said that, when I learned Japanese, I wasn't staring at this thing, to like interact with people. I actually had to talk to people face to face, and I was in the middle of the countryside too, and there wasn't always a translator, and in those days we didn't have iPhones, so I had a dictionary that I carried with me sometimes, but most of the time I always had my flashcard deck, because I was always learning something new, It's like everywhere you go, you're hearing something. And okini, and it's just like, all right, I'm just gonna make some notes, because like this must be the place, This must be the real thing. And so one of the big things that I realized was when I lived in Maizuru, my textbook was reality itself, just taking a walk, going to the post office, because like I had to like learn kanji, man. And I had a friend who lived in Kanagawa, ne? And I had to write his address. It was like Atsugi, and like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I tried. And like the guy was nice with me. He's like, kanji jouzu desu ne. And I was like, ganbatta yo. Ganbarimashita. So like, you guys too, there is a bit of effort that is, required to kind of like speak English like normally, kind of like we're doing right now. But anyway, I talk too much. That's one thing that I constantly fear, and I would prefer more of your guys' input. So again, I have left the contact info. I'm not going to tell people where I'm at. I'm in Tokyo. I will say that I'm somewhere in the Shibuya area. Let's just put it like that, mentally speaking. And hopefully what we can do is we can meet up somewhere in Shibuya and somewhere in this area, and we could go around and like take some photos and stuff like that. That's my idea. And if only one of you wants to meet up, then let's just meet up for a coffee. And of course, though, I want to film stuff. I want to get these interactions. I want to show people, what it's like to actually, learn how to become bilingual, right? And I don't know if you've ever talked to me in reality, but I'm a really nice, gentle person when it comes to actually teaching. I know in the videos it's like, oh, you're so kibishi, nah? And it's like, yeah, it's a video, right? And it's the truth. And they're famous people. They're rich. They're famous. Like, who's crying? Who needs to defend the truth? Like, if I hear an actor and his accent is a little weird, he's rich. He's famous. He's doing great. And not only that, if he worked on his accent just a little bit, he'd be that much better. And that's the truth. So I can deliver the truth, but I just, face to face as we speak, I'm going to be much more diplomatic on how I dish out the truth. And you will learn something though, because the point isn't to be like, okay, when you say salad, right, like the second A is an I, right? I don't want to be like giving lessons because like, one, you can watch any of my videos for that. But I'll try to give you kind of like the meta lessons of how you can constantly be self-monitoring your own progress. Because at the end of the day, you got to teach yourself. That's what I realized when I was an exchange student living in Maizuru way back in high school. I had the school uniform, I lived the life. And somewhere along the way, I just realized that I got to take responsibility for my education. And I even signed up for the 日本語能力試験。今でも覚えてるね。Because I was like, you know what? I need a goal. I need something to shoot for. But as I was studying, I realized, I don't need the test. I already kind of speak, I just kind of used it to focus my mind to maybe learn some new vocabulary, really learn some kanji, be able to read kanji. Yeah, I just wanted to prove myself, and I thought that the sankyu was a big enough of a challenge, but, not too easy, not too hard, right? And that was way back in, high school. I remember I took a train to Kyoto University. I felt so honored, to be there. And I felt really good though, because like I said, felt like I wanted to prove something, and I worked hard because I started from zero, y'all. Like zero. And in just 10 months, I kind of felt good about my ability to speak a second language. So again, I talk too much. You guys, hopefully, if you want to continue the conversation, leave a comment or go over to Instagram and you can message me there. And then hopefully this Sunday, I didn't say that earlier. I'm thinking this Sunday, but based on how many responses I get is how I'm going to choose the location, if that makes sense. I also had an idea to meet on some sort of stage, and we could do this kind of like English show where we have an audience, and one by one, you guys could come up to the stage. I think it would be really entertaining, especially if we filmed it. Kind of like think like stand-up comedy / fortune teller, show, So I think it would be pretty interesting for anybody that participated. But again, I don't want to give out too much. I have a few ideas. I think they would all be fun. And it's just a matter of if you guys want to participate or not. So leave a comment, like the video, or message me on Instagram. Again, if there's 3 of you, that's fine. Let's have some fun, and I'll share everything I know. And if there's 20 of you, then let's think about doing a show. Or maybe we could do a group event and we walk around, the 20 of us. That would be really interesting, and we can film it too. So anyway, I don't want to talk too long because I got to edit other videos that I've been working on, because, man's got to work, right? All we talk about is work around here. Anyway, guys, I hope to see you soon. And if you do see me on the streets, be nice, say hi. It's totally cool. And I'll see you guys soon. Looking forward to you guys' responses. And I'm going to go take a walk in Tokyo to my secret location that nobody knows about. Take it easy, guys. Bye-bye.